Oh, hell no. Bro, pick that baby up, bro. Bro, pick that baby. Bro, pick that baby up, bro. What the fuck?
Hey, what up, y'all? Back with No Content TV. Okay, so over here, man, we could see that Chrisean is feeding herself and stuffing her face into a pops, man. And the baby just sitting there, man. I hope the baby ate before they went to that restaurant. Anyway, so let's talk about Chrisean. Weren't about content, weren't about doing her thing on the show, whatever she was doing. I don't know if she was in a play or what, but the baby was sitting down on that couch, man, on that chair, almost about to fall off the chair, man. It's the craziest scene I ever seen, man. You know what I mean? This girl right here doesn't deserve to be a parent. I don't even know how they just let this happen where she could just leave the baby on the chair and nobody say anything, man. You know what I mean? I don't know, somebody pointed to the baby and said, hey, man, your kid is falling off the seat. You know what I mean? And that's when she turned around to pick up that little kid. You know what I mean? It's you know what I mean? It's terrible, man. It's terrible, man. You know, when you pregnant, man, you can't be doing drugs, you can't be drinking, you can't be doing all these things that you be doing, man. You know what I mean? And think you're gonna have a healthy baby, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the kid is obviously a disabled kid. You know what I mean? It's, you know, it's going through some type of disability or something like that, man. And I think Chrisean got a little bit of money. I don't know how much money she got, man, but I'm pretty sure she got enough money, right, to pay for a cheap sitter, right? You know what I mean? One that's decent. You could get some decent sitters, man. Rich people do it all the time. They pick up Hispanic people off the streets, man, and pay them like $50 or whatever, man, to watch children. And some of them do a good job. You know what I mean? And she could have done the same thing, man. She could have picked up somebody out there who's willing to work for. You know what I mean, went to work or wanted to work or, you know, got experience with watching kids, man, to watch this baby while she do her job. You know what I mean? She brought the kid to work, man, and then put the kid in the seat, man. He's sitting on that seat like he Mandela or something, man. That little boy was just sitting there looking at the sky. Like, it is insane to me, man. You know what I mean? I want to show you guys a video here of Chrisean playing with her son, man. You know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? It's just to show the other side of Chrisean, man. You know what I mean? She does spend time with her kid and everything like that, man. So anyway, I want to show y'all this video. Check it out. See, y'all, man, that's Chrisean, you know what I mean? Being a mother, man, playing with her kid. The boy's laughing with a high-pitched voice. You know what I mean? It's not an AI, guys. This is not AI. This is a real video. The sound is real. The sound is not AI. Everything that you see on there is real footage. It's not AI. All right, y'all. But you can see her spending time with her child. You know what I mean? And that's good. You know, we could give her that. You know, ever since Blueface been out of prison, right? We really haven't seen him spend time with his child, man. You could tell that he knows that it's his son's situation, and he doesn't really want to deal with that because he knows it's a lot of work, and to be having a child that has disabilities, man. You know what I mean? He's definitely not trying to, you know what I mean, invest a lot of time into that. He's just gonna just leave it into Chrisean's hands, or whatever, or. You know, I don't know, man. These people got money you know, it's just, that's what happens when you have kids by the wrong person, man. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, I'm pretty sure Blueface he didn't want no kids. He said it before. He said it multiple times that he did not want the kid, man. And this is what happens. You know what I mean? Females just don't listen. I mean, why don't you take precautions, right? Not to make sure that you don't have the kid. Yes, it takes two. You know what I mean? It takes two, definitely. But, you know, if a female really didn't want to have a child by a nigga, man, she would take precaution to make sure she doesn't have a child by a nigga. That's why I don't want to hear the excuses that it takes two. I'm tired of people saying that it takes two, it takes two. Listen, if a female knows that the nigga ain't shit, man, she will make sure she'll do everything in her power to make sure that she don't get pregnant by that man. Guarantee it. Even if she has to go underneath the knife. She will do whatever it takes to get rid of that kid. You know what I mean? I'm not condoning nothing like that. I'm just telling you what it is, man. You know what I mean? If a female really didn't want to have a kid by a nigga, man, she'll do whatever it takes not to have that child, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't want to hear the excuses talking about it takes two and all that. Nah, man. The women know, you know what it takes not to have a child. You know that. You know what it takes, man. But you decided to go on ahead with it, right? Thinking you got all the answers, thinking you're a great mom. And when it happens, you're not a good mom. You're never around. You know what I'm saying? You always got the mother watching the kid. You know what I mean? You're always working. You know what I mean? And you're not teaching your kid anything. You're not teaching the kid nothing. You know what I mean? Teaching the kid how to talk properly, nothing like that. You're just a deadbeat mom that just wanted to have a child for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Just selfish, you know what I mean? Stupid, you know what I mean? Very irresponsible, right? You know, a lot of times these females, they don't think, man. They just think they know everything, right? Until it happens. Once it happens, they're like, damn, man, I wish I would have just listened to the nigga. You know what I'm saying? And now it's too late. You know what I'm saying? When a man tells you, see, don't say I want a kid by you, it's not because, you know what I'm saying, he doesn't want to have a kid at all. He just don't want to have a kid by you. You know what I mean? It's a big difference. You know what I mean? And we see something that you don't see. So when the kid is actually here, that's where you get to see why the man didn't want to have a kid with you, because you a lousy mom, and you know you a lousy mom. You know what I'm saying? And people like Chrisean try to make it seem like everybody around them, right? Everybody try to make it seem like you a good mom, like you a good mom, like everybody around you. You try to have everybody believe that you a good mom. You know what I mean? And you know you're not. You know you're not. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, for your kid to call, the grandmother mom, that means that the child is mostly with the grandmother most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Because the child should know the difference between the grandmother and the mother. Ain't no way that the child should be calling two people moms. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I mean? If a child is calling your mother mom, right, and you're the daughter, you're the mom, and he, she addressing the grandmother as the mom, that means that you're not there most of the time. You're a lousy mom. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the bottom line. You know what I mean? And not only that, but to bring up in a child in this world, right? And then to have your mom babysit her most of the time, where she in a retiring age. She in an age where she needs to be just enjoy life and travel and all that, but she can't do that because she got to watch your fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The kid that you had irresponsibly. You know what I mean? And just the bottom line, man. It's just a situation right here. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, man. I mean, just crazy. And all I gotta say is this, man. When a man tells you he doesn't want a child by you, he doesn't want to have a child by you, just listen. Just listen, because he sees something you don't see. Trust me. You know what I mean? Because then when the kid comes and you start showing your ass, that's when you got to realize that, oh, okay, this is what he meant by he didn't want me to have no kids. He didn't want to have no kids by me. This is what he meant by this. Because I'm hardly around. I'm always drinking. I'm always outside. You know what I mean? I don't stay put. You know what I mean? I don't teach the kid nothing. I'm barely there. I'm always dropping the kid off to a family member or my mom or something. That's why he didn't want to have a kid by me, because I'm a lousy mother, and he's right. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, y'all, man. Anyway, y'all, this is Back with New Content TV, man. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm on TikTok. I'm on YouTube. You know what I mean? Merch is dropping real soon. I need y'all to cop it ASAP. All right, y'all. Till the next time, man. Holla at me.